A second. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome in. We are now finally live for day 2 in the 5-day EKG challenge. I'm going to make sure that we are in the right place so that you guys can find us. Yes, we are. Beautiful. So type in the chat, you guys, now that you are here with us, if you've had a good day. I want to know how your day was. I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me, asking some questions. I wanted to take a second to answer a few of those as we get started. There's a couple people who are wondering how to get the workbook still. So I think Tori posted it in our Zoom chat, so you can go ahead and get it sent right to Messenger. And John had a very good day. Yes, I like it. And also in Facebook, I'm sure that she'll be dropping it on there for us as well there. And you just click it, it goes straight to Messenger. The other question I've been getting a lot is, oh my gosh, Jen, the class last night was not enough. I need more, and that's okay. We still have 4 more nights. And then don't worry, because even after that, we start another class next week if you guys end up wanting to join us. So don't worry, you're not going to learn everything you need to know in the 5-day EKG challenge. It's a challenge, right? Hey, Colin. And yes, okay, good. I'm glad you guys had a great day. That makes me very happy. And Mary had a good day. So now that we are officially almost time to be live, let me share my screen with you guys. We do have a pretty short day for today because on my end, because we're going to end it a little early to get you guys on for Gary's session that is just amazing. And that's going to be basic arrhythmias. And I know a lot of you are interested in that. And then now that a lot of you are here, I can announce to you that, hi, Melissa Mainville. Melissa's been helping people in our challenge, which, by the way, speaking of that, Melissa Mainville, she's been with us for a long time. And some students have reached out to her that have been in the 5-day and said, hey, I need help on this. And she's been helping them. And let me just tell you, that's the kind of spirit in this group that we reward. We love when you guys help each other. Obviously, there's 17,000 of us already, I think, in this group. I can't help everybody, right? So reaching out to your fellow students and you helping them is getting you on my radar to win the scholarship that comes Thursday night. Now, speaking of scholarships, we also have a scholarship coming out tomorrow night with Chart Healthcare Academy, who is going to be giving away a paid membership to our 30-day EKG challenge, which starts next week. So don't miss out on that. And then I think there's some people who are looking for the password, Ruben, if you could help them with the password. And Michelle, thank you for being here as my wing woman. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, one thing I wanted to mention to you is that we are having 2 sessions tonight. This session is recorded, right? And that's super cool. It will go on to our replay page. That's the other thing I meant to tell you, is that we have a dedicated, oh, hi, RP, welcome in, sister. So we have a dedicated page that is designed with all of the replays in one place for you. It's off Facebook. You can watch them there, but if you want to watch them on Facebook, you can do that too. They're in the guides section at the top of the group, okay? They're listed by day. So in a nutshell, the good news is that we have got all of the replays for you, okay? So in the meantime, I think that he can't put the password. If anybody knows the password, or if you could copy the link, maybe Michelle can copy the link, or Tori, from the event and copy it over for the Facebook folks. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, thank you. Marissa, you were helping somebody yesterday. You're also on my radar for the scholarship, so keep up the good work. All right, let's talk about the findings. Oh, and my announcement. See, I got sidetracked. I put it in here so I wouldn't forget. My announcement is that we have a special guest coming on tomorrow night. This is Mike Sharma, and he is a PAC who works out of Texas. He's an ERPA, and he is going to be doing a special session for us tomorrow on commotio cordis. So a bunch of people reached out to me last night, obviously, after we got done with our session, and we're like, let's talk about the football game, right? And I know it's on everyone's mind, so we're going to be talking about it tomorrow night. In fact, we decided that because it's on everyone's mind, we're going to put it first and foremost right at the beginning of our session tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to explain it. And Mike, if you haven't seen him before, he's an amazing instructor. He actually teaches nationally at conferences all over. And Melissa's saying she's excited, and so is Mary. Yeah, he's amazing. I don't want to sell it any more than I already have because he's just great. And we just threw this together for you last minute. But he did do a lecture previously on this topic in our group. I think it was a year ago. but we're going to be doing a live session. So everybody who's here with us and wants to ask him questions, you can ask straight from a very, very, very smart guy. So anyway, let's get on with it. All right. So this was from our workbook. Now let's go back to this. We gave you guys a workbook. It looks like this. And you can, a lot of people are asking, that's another question that came up. Jen, it gets sent to me in Messenger. And for some reason, I maybe can't print on Messenger. Facebook's weird. We know that. So you can actually open it in the browser. And then a lot of times you can print from there. This is the answers in case you were interested. Okay. So the answers were here. And this was actually a chance to practice going through your intervals. Now, I know we went through this really fast last night because we only have like half an hour with you guys, right? But we do actually go a little bit slower in our class that we start next week because we have more time, like we have 6 months with you. But in a nutshell, I wanted to see if I could cram as much in so that way you could even rewatch it, right? If you wanted to, and the recordings will be up for a while. So this was just going through the intervals, and this is up for you. And then this was a chance for you in the workbook to go ahead and practice labeling the waves, although I think a lot of you are very good at this already, and labeling the intervals, and then labeling the conduction. Okay, so that's really fun. Oh, Erica's here. Erica's on Facebook. She's actually a nurse at my hospital and she's amazing. We love her. Okay, so again, this class we're teaching next week, we're going to be giving away 2 scholarships. They'll be going Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and Thursday night to this class. But of course, if you don't win our scholarship, you can absolutely join us. No worries, we got your back. We'll get you more information on that tomorrow. Okay, so this is what you're going to get into if you win the scholarship. I'll tell you more about this later. I don't want to belabor today, but you'll get into this Facebook group with us where we do a bunch of EKG classes, and I'll tell you more about that. A lot of you were asking me about this kit last night. So Mary, we won the kit. Congratulations. They actually come as part of a welcome package if you do join our 30-day EKG challenge. So that is a really cool little bonus. All right, now I want to go back and revisit something that's really important. Hey, Kiko, welcome in, sister. We're going to do the Commotio Cordis tomorrow night. I'm super excited about that. All right. So how do you get good? You get good by these 3 things. So actually there's 4 things, but let me start with these 3. If you really think about the skills that it takes to get good at EKG, the first thing is actually mindset. I know there was a couple of you that reached out to Michelle and a couple other of the students. I think Marissa, you were helping somebody too, that said, oh, I just feel so uncomfortable about this still, and I don't feel like this is basic enough. And for those folks, what I wanted just to say to you is that I was there once too. Hi, Kathleen. And the real trick is to actually realize that if you've ever heard the saying, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Okay, that's the trick to this. Don't try to digest everything. Don't try to learn it all at once, but pick the things that are really important. And like RP just said, practice, practice, practice. RP has been with us for, I think, 2 years too. Thank you, RP. But knowing that it's a mindset thing, because when we see the big elephant, we're like, oh, I can't eat that thing. It's too big. And the same is true when we're dealing with EKGs. Now tell me, have you guys ever felt overwhelmed with learning EKGs? To put hashtag overwhelmed in the chat if you have, right? And you'll see once folks start typing this in that a lot of people feel this way, okay? But then the next thing is learning some skills so that you can overcome that feeling and start eating the elephant. And we're teaching you those skills tonight. And then of course, tool set, speaking of tools, we're gonna be giving away some tools tonight, okay? This is what our giveaway is gonna be later tonight. These are little badges where you can hang them on your badge and you can help measure the intervals. Okay, so it's all about the tools and the mindset and the skill set. So you're in the right place. We are going to arm you for success. See, everybody's typing hashtag overwhelmed. You're not alone. We've all been there at one point. This is a lot of stuff to know. Now, what would be great is if we could blow up all the EKGs this big. Wouldn't that be great? If we could make them all this big, then we wouldn't miss the findings. Well, maybe we still would, right? If we don't know the findings. But anyway, this EKG has a lot of things, okay? And I blew this up as a funny, mostly because I wanted to point out that these T waves actually are really abnormal. And just to go back to day 1 to recap, we talked about the fact that the T waves should all be upright. Let's see if you guys remember. Let's see, type in the chat. Where should the T waves be inverted? There's 2 leads, right? Where should they be inverted? I know that I think Miriam's our fastest typist. Let's see if I can't even see if Miriam's the first one. Or Marissa, yep, Marissa. Oh no, actually the first person to type Marissa, yeah. Oh no, Nikki, I think Marissa, you and Marissa are tied for competition, but yes, AVR and V1, okay? Everywhere else, it should be upright, and these T waves are inverted, okay? So there's something wrong here. We just need to figure out what that is. But recognizing the pattern is really key. Oh, hey, Aaron's here. All right, now, pattern recognition is what we're doing in this challenge. We're realizing the things that can kill people, and we're picking those up. So we'll talk tomorrow night about something very lethal that's fresh on our mind, Modio cordis. But in the meantime, we're going to focus on something else. And this is high risk thing number 1 of our challenge. We still have, well, actually a couple more plus our bonus tomorrow night, right? So our whole thing is to really look for zebras. And I do this because everybody can look for horses. But if you miss a zebra, something we don't look for a lot, right? It can be life-threatening when life-altering if you're the last provider that saw that EKG before the patient left. So we don't want to miss that. So anyway, what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about someone with palpitations. This is a palpitations case. This is Janet. Now, she is not a real patient's face, but this isn't even really a real clinic. I just created it out of pictures, but I wanted to give you guys a real feel, okay? So you can see there's paper charts, which like also tells you it's not real. But Janet will just pretend as a patient, and Janet says, yeah, I've got palpitations and my heart just keeps racing, and it's making me so uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, because honestly, have you guys been seeing patients with palpitations lately? I'm just wondering. Put hashtag palpitations if you've seen patients with palpitations. Yes, Cornelius is anxiety. And this is Remy when he was a baby, right? So Remy's asking us, what are our differentials? Okay. Lots of palpitations. So anxiety is huge. Yes, I agree. But tell me some other differentials. Okay. If someone has palpitations and they're female, like this lady is, because it could be thyroid, right? And if you're female, you menstruate. So potentially, unless you're in menopause, right? But SVT, that's a good one. So with menstruating females, you could be anemic. Could be, yes, Julia. You could have hypertension, drugs. Always think about drugs. And postmenopausal, that's a really good one too. I'm not sure at BTN, maybe birth control. Arrhythmia, Allison, very good. AFib, Aaron says yes, I agree. Renza VTAC, Mary, okay, so these are really good. Hypertension, okay, yeah, so it could be lots of different things, but the point is, let's get an EKG because we're in EKG land, and let's see what we find, okay? So here's all our differentials, and there's actually way more than that. Caffeine, that's a really good one too. And the winner is, we'll show you the EKG, and here it is. Now, what do you guys think about the EKG? Okay, what do you see on here? And what do you think the cause of her palpitations really is? Latoya says PVC. James says WPW. I wonder, did you put this up before I clicked the slide, James? I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, so Wolff Parkinson's White is a very, very good one to think about. So tell me what you guys see on the EKG. Does anything stick out to you? Okay, yes, go James. Go James. Delta, okay, people are seeing delta waves. Okay, good. All right, bundle branch, okay. Yes, bundle branch, agreed. There is a bundle branch formation here. Delta waves, okay, good. So let's talk about the delta waves. Let's show people where those are. Now, this lady, you guys are saying, has delta waves that are sticking out to you. I agree, okay. So if you look, you can see that, let me make it a different color. Right here, delta waves, okay? They're the slurred upstroke of the QRS. You can see it here, you can see it here, and the normal QRS, right? It's very straight, okay? Just to show you the difference, let me make it in a different color for you guys. So if you look here, that's how the QRS should be. It should be nice and straight, but this one isn't. It's slurred, okay? It's slurred, and for that reason, you have a delta wave. So the delta wave is indicative of Wolff Parkinson's White. So the machine is actually calling this right. And so let me ask you this. What do you think if she has a delta wave? What do you think is causing her palpitations? What do you think if she has delta waves? What do you guys think? PSVT. Good, Cheyenne. I love that. Yes. That is a very, very good possibility. And there's one other possibility potentially for her, even though it's kind of rare. She could be going into VT. It's possible. But think of something like less obvious that, yes, Cheyenne, I don't know where you work, but obviously you're very familiar with this. Good job. You can actually go into AFib with rapid ventricular response when you have low Parkinson's white. So this is probably why she's having palpitations. And the key to figuring this out was looking at the intervals, which we covered last night, and also looking at the fact that there is a slurred upstroke. So there's two things to take home. Number one, the intervals are really important. Number two is that the family analogy, I don't think we covered that yesterday. So let me just really quickly, let me just quickly fill you in on this. So the numbers here, we talked about the normals yesterday, and the key is in the PR interval. This PR interval is 100, okay? This is short. It shouldn't be that short. It shouldn't be under 120. Whenever you see that, your eye should go directly to look at the beginning of the QRS. And then what you do is you look to see if it's nice and tight and narrow, and it's not. So somebody pointed out, I think it was John, who said that somebody has a bundle branch block. So that is also technically true by the numbers, because over 120 is too wide. Okay, this is too wide. So this would be a right bundle, but the WPW is what's causing this. So, and lastly, talking about the family, this is a really good nugget. The family analogy is really, really critical. Okay, so when we're talking about the P and the QRS and the T, if you think of them like a little family, right here, you've got the P, you've got the QRS dad, and the T-wave baby. Okay, so mom, dad, baby, mom, dad, baby. You should always have the mom and dad and baby standing very close together. In fact, you should have the baby really, really close to the dad, okay? So what's standing out to me here is that the mom is standing very close to the dad. Whenever you see that, a short PR interval, this is the big bad wolf you should be looking for, okay? And if your patient has this, then what do you do with it? Well, the answer is that you need to get them to the electrician so we can fix it. Yes, James, good, okay. So we need to get them fixed. Oh, Megan, our cardio queen is here with us live on Facebook, yay. We miss you, Megan. I introduced you guys to Megan last night, her picture on our first night, and now she's here in the Facebook chat with us. So in a nutshell, have you guys, I wanna know, have you guys seen a WPW patient before? Have you guys seen a WPW patient before? Yes, okay. Okay, lots of people have. So maybe it's not as much of a zebra as we think it is. Oh yeah, Cheyenne, that's why you know a lot. Your son has it. So it's not that uncommon, right? We just don't know what to look for. Okay, we don't know what to look for. So basically what happens, Marissa, is the impulse goes so fast and it goes in a circus motion that it just like overrides the AV node and goes down the accessory pathway, and that can lead to the SVT or the AFib. So what we do, and that leads to palpitations, is we just send them to electrophysiologist, and then they actually ablate, which is freezing or burning, depending on what they like to do, ablate that pathway. So it only has one way down, which is the right way down. And if you think about the fact that the AV node slows the impulse down for a second, then you know that if you bypass the AV node, you can go as fast as you want. And when you bypass that, you can have those bad tachyarrhythmias. So the key is determining if they have WPW by using these tools, and then finding it and referring them. Ablating a lot in children, so less becoming an adult. Exactly. So Regina, who actually is with Chart Healthcare Academy, is here with us on Facebook, and she actually specializes in things like Wolff Parkinson's White. So anything EP related, if you have questions, feel free to message her. They're actually the ones giving away our scholarship tomorrow night, so be definitely live for that. But she can talk more about ablation and more about these things in detail. But in a nutshell, catch the intervals, that it was a wide QRS, more than 120, catch that short PR, and then go look for that delta. And the mnemonic I have to remember it is right here, okay? Mnemonic, and it stands, it's exactly what it says, WPW. The W, the first one, stands for wave. The second one stands for the P, PR interval, comma short. And the last one stands for wide, comma wave, QRS. So usually Tori puts that in the chat for me. Megan, I'm so happy to see you. Do you want to, Megan, if you want to come on live, let me know and we'll bring you on to say hi to everybody, because always good to see your face, Megan. Okay, so this is another example of what we see with WPW compared to the normal. So if you look over here, you can see that it's very slurred here and it's not slurred here. And that's the difference. Okay, so it's again, it's pattern recognition. Thank you, Tori, for putting that in the chat for me. And so it's pattern, right? And you're looking for that so that you don't miss it. And I'm pretty sure that our guest Gary will actually have we'll have that up for us tonight, one of the strips, and we can ask him for it, but he'll be on at like 6:15. So again, a wide wave, or sorry, delta wave, a wide QRS, and a short PR under 120. Now this is a very hard one to see. I don't expect you all to see if this patient did have Wolff Parkinson's white. They're not always that easy. But in a nutshell, our job is to find it, get them to someone who can fix it, like Regina or people in the cath lab, and then that patient doesn't have problems anymore. They do like to get them young because they don't want them to get older and have these. Oh, a Salvador Dali mustache. I like that. That's a really good explanation of it, Beatrice. So now it's time for giveaway. So guys, we are actually ending a little bit early, which is perfect because we'll go ahead and get Gary all situated on our Zoom. I was going to tell you that that session is not recorded at his request. So I have to honor that, but it's definitely worth staying up live for. And we're going to be giving away, after his session, we're going to be giving away a bunch of these. So you'll be entered to win if you show up live to his, and I'll be giving these away as a prize. So I'm not going to tell you the hashtag to use yet, because we got to make sure it's in the right Zoom, so I know where to find it. But in the meantime, let me know if you guys have any questions. And then if not, we'll come back on in our next Zoom. And we'll also be projecting to Facebook. So no worries. I know it looks like some of you had a hard time getting on the Zoom. Don't worry. You don't have to be on Zoom. You can be on Facebook Live. It's just more beneficial if you're on Zoom because you can ask questions or type in the chat and I can see you faster. So any questions? Anybody have any comments or questions? This has been so fun. Anyone? Are you guys doing good? People I can see, give me a thumbs up if you're doing good. I can see James and Pam. Hi, John. Okay. Oh, hi. Is that Jen Bush? Someone with last name of Bush. You're good. Okay, good. All right, awesome. So how do we access the next Zoom? Oh my gosh, great question. So we access the next Zoom. It looks like somebody just put it in. I'm going to go out of this and put it in the main Facebook feed. So you have that as well, but you can copy and paste from Tori, what she just posted for us. And yeah, and this is going to be recorded so you can watch it again, just if you missed it, if you're just coming in. You can watch the recording in the Zoom, the guides section in the Facebook, or you can watch it on our replay page. Okay, so I think we're good. We'll see you back at about 6:10, 6:15, and I'm going to go open the Zoom for Gary and get him all set up, and we'll see you guys then. Have a great evening. Thank you for being here. So much fun, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.